Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most important finance books out there, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book shares powerful lessons that many wish they learned years ago. We are going to break down the 7 main lessons Robert Kiyosaki learned from his 2 fathers, his highly educated poor dad who always struggled with money, and his friend Mike's rich dad, who built a huge business empire without much formal schooling. The central idea is that the rich teach their children about money in a way the poor and middle class often do not. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. When Robert and his friend Mike were kids, they were eager to learn how to get rich. Rich Dad made them work for him for a tiny wage, just 10 cents an hour, and then for free, so they could experience what most people feel, the emotional push of life. Rich Dad explained that most people spend their lives in the rat race, working hard because they are controlled by 2 feelings, fear and greed. The fear of not having money makes people accept low-paying jobs. Once they get paid, greed, or desire, makes them buy things, which means they need more money, and they work harder, never breaking the cycle. The solution is simple. Make money work for you. Robert and Mike learned this by starting their own small business, a comic book library, which made them money even when they weren't physically present. Lesson 2. Teach financial literacy. If you want to be rich, Robert says you must be financially literate. The most essential concept is knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. This concept seems very simple, but most people struggle financially because they buy liabilities, believing they are assets. For example, many people think their home is an asset, but Robert argues it is a liability because it constantly takes money out of your pocket through taxes, insurance, and maintenance. Wealth is defined by your ability to survive without working. You are financially wealthy when your assets generate enough income each month to cover all your expenses. Lesson 3. Mind your own business. Many people confuse their profession, their job, or what generates their salary, with their business, what generates their wealth. If you want to be financially secure, you need to focus on your asset column. The rich keep their daytime jobs, but use their energy and extra money to buy real assets, not liabilities like fancy cars or bigger houses. Real assets include businesses that do not require your presence, stocks, bonds, and income-generating real estate. Robert advises that you should keep your expenses and liabilities low and build up a strong asset base. Luxuries should only be bought after your assets generate enough cash flow to pay for them easily. Lesson 4. The history of taxes and the power of corporations. Historically, income taxes were introduced with the promise of taxing only the rich, but over time, they expanded to burden the middle and poor classes the most. The rich understand that they do not have to follow the same financial rules as everyone else because they use corporations. A corporation is a simple legal entity that offers huge advantages. Employees earn money, are taxed, and then spend what is left. Corporations, however, earn money, pay their expenses, even things like company cars or business trips, with pre-tax dollars, and are only taxed on what remains. This difference is a major legal secret the rich use to minimize their tax burden. Lesson 5. The rich invent money. The most powerful asset we have is our mind. Financial intelligence is not about being the smartest person. It's about being bold and creative enough to see opportunities that others miss. Robert explains that money itself is an idea or an agreement. If you develop your financial IQ, you will start seeing opportunities everywhere. When economic times are tough and people are fearful, that is often the best time for financially intelligent people to invest and create money out of thin air, sometimes requiring little cash up front by simply structuring a smart deal. Lesson 6. Work to learn, don't work for money. Robert suggests that instead of seeking job security or high pay, young people should focus on gaining essential skills. Specializing too much can make you trapped and dependent on one industry. The key is to learn a little about a lot. Robert sought out jobs specifically to learn skills, even if the pay was low. The 3 main management skills needed for success are managing cash flow, systems, and people. The most crucial specialized skills are sales and marketing. These skills are vital because they teach you how to communicate, negotiate, and overcome the fear of rejection, which is essential for building a business or investment portfolio. Lesson 7. Overcoming obstacles. Even with financial knowledge, people face internal obstacles that prevent them from succeeding. Fear. Everyone fears losing money. The rich manage this fear by realizing that losing is a necessary part of learning and winning. They play to win, not just not to lose. Cynicism. Doubt and cynicism stop people from acting. Winners analyze opportunities while cynics criticize, often focusing on small problems like fixing a toilet and a rental property that keeps them stuck. Laziness, often masked by being overly busy. The cure is a little bit of desire or productive greed. Instead of automatically saying, "I can't afford it," you should train your brain to ask, "How can I afford it?" This forces your mind to find creative solutions. Bad habits. Robert's rich dad had the crucial habit of paying himself first. He would invest his money immediately. This created pressure from creditors and the government, forcing him to be more resourceful and find new income streams to cover the bills, making him financially stronger. Arrogance. Robert warns that arrogance is used to hide ignorance. If you don't know something, be humble, educate yourself, and seek expert advice instead of pretending you know it all. Thank you very much for listening, and see you on next video.